Hey, and welcome back to the season 2 of The Indian Scholar, your go-to podcast for everything international education backed by HT Media. I am Kritin, your host. I am an entrepreneur and an educational consultant, helping students to tap their potential and fulfill their dreams of studying abroad. I must share that season 1 got a great response. What you liked was the clarity of thought and on-point information. And I'm really grateful for this feedback. This season we're going to do the same, plus we're going to reach out to more students like you via video on YouTube.
The Indian Scholar, Global Education Stories.
In this episode, we dive into one of Canada's most iconic and exciting locations, Niagara Falls. Joining us today are two distinguished representatives from the University of Niagara Falls, Canada. UNF is a dynamic new institution which is already creating waves for its innovative academic approach, career-focused programs, and commitment to student support, especially for Indian students. Let me first introduce you to Dr. David Gray, Provost, Vice President Academics at UNF. With decades of experience in higher education, he leads the academic vision of the university. We also have Mr. Ravi Mehndiratta, Vice President Student Recruitment. Ravi brings over 2 decades of expertise in international education and student mobility. Thank you so much, David and Ravi, for being here. How have you been?
Wonderful. Thank you, Kritin.
It's great to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. By the way, congratulations on getting a new Prime Minister, Mr. Mark Carney.
Thank you.
I hope everything goes well and India-Canada relations are much better than before.
We do as well.
Yeah. Ravi, given the evolving Canada-India diplomatic environment, tell us how UNF ensures that Indian students feel welcomed and supported both personally and academically.
Kritin, we really recognize just how much Indian students contribute to our academic community and to campus life overall. Their presence is not just felt in the classroom, but in the energy and diversity they bring to everything we do at UNF. And look, regardless of what's happening in the broader geopolitical climate, our commitment to our students, especially our international students, remain absolutely strong. That doesn't change. So we are constantly working to make sure all our students, including those from India, feel genuinely welcomed, valued, and supported throughout their journey with us. That support really starts from the beginning, from the moment they connect with one of our student advisors during the application process, and it continues all the way to the graduation and even beyond that. Now, over the past little while, we have actually expanded our student services quite a bit. For example, we have increased the number of international student advisors on campus. Now, these are the folks who are there to help students navigate everything from academics to adjusting life in Canada. We also have this great orientation at start of each term, Kritin. It's a fantastic opportunity for students to get familiar with the services available to them. Things like academic advising and, really importantly, mental health resources that are culturally responsive as well as relevant. And honestly, one of the most heartwarming parts of our campus culture is how students and faculty, come together to create a real sense of home for everyone. We have vibrant celebrations, Diwali, Holi, you name it, and these aren't just events, Kritin. They're moments where students get to celebrate their heritage and feel truly seen and appreciated. Especially during uncertain times, I think what really matters is clear communication and empathy. We have made a conscious effort to be proactive, to reach out, to listen, and to remind students that they are not alone. They are here not just for their academic success, but also for their personal well-being. Because at the end of the day, universities aren't just about degrees, they are about people. And in our community at UNF, every student truly belongs.
Great approach, Ravi. Now, David, UNF is already getting noticed for its innovative academic approach. You've introduced flipped classrooms, work-integrated learnings, and even postgraduate work permit eligible programs. Could you please elaborate on these and how else is your model different to those traditional Canadian universities?
Yeah, great question, Kritin. From our perspective, building a brand new university from scratch doesn't happen very often. It's a huge opportunity for us. And we've taken the opportunity to build our university around the student, around the learner. The vast majority of learners come to university because they want to gain the skills and competencies to go out and get a successful career. And we are here to support our students doing that. So our programs are designed in that way. Our approach is designed in that way to ensure that there's a flexible approach to learning, so our learners can learn in ways that work for them at times that work for them as well. So innovation in education is something we really take very seriously. It's in our DNA as an institution and a university, because we firmly believe that the world that our students are going into, this digital world where data is the new gold, is something that our students need to be prepared for. So you mentioned our flipped classroom. Well, that's a great example. Rather than relying on traditional lectures, we empower our students to have deeper discussions and bring their lived experiences into the classroom and spend that in-person classroom time with their professor for collaboration, immersive conversations, debate, discussion, and asking questions. This shifts the focus from passive learning, which a lot of universities do, to what we sort of term as learning in an active way, hands-on engagement. We also prioritize what we call work-integrated learning. 100% of our students have the opportunity to get involved in work-integrated learning in the classroom and out in the community as well. So that means that both our undergraduate and master's degree programs feature capstone projects, allowing students to put their skills, their learning through their classes into action and solve real-world problems related to their industry and their career choice. Our Master of Data Analytics program, for example, has an internship component, giving students hands-on experience and the opportunity to make important industry connections before they graduate, and bringing that context back into the classroom to underpin their learning. Our programs are thoughtfully designed to meet eligibility for Canada's postgraduate work permit program. That's something we know matters deeply to international students, and we are really proud to support those pathways and those students in their aspirations. Yeah. What really sets us apart is how intentional we are in aligning education with the future of work, ensuring that our programs are aligned with labor needs, skills requirements to ensure that our students are set up and prepared to have a successful career when they leave. We are constantly in conversation with industry and community partners. And most importantly, our students. Our student voice is crucial, and we find that they are around at the table with us all the way, helping us to build this truly unique and innovative institution. Education isn't just about the transfer of knowledge. It can be a launch pad for meaningful and successful careers.
That's an interesting insight, David. Not many universities in Canada have taken on these frameworks. Anyway, let's discuss some recent policy changes. So Ravi, Canada has adopted a similar policy to the US in terms of the postgraduate work permits, which means that non-STEM programs in Canada do not qualify for the PGWP. Could you clarify which of your programs still qualify for it, and how these changes impact the prospective international students?
Right. Thanks, Kritin.
Yeah.
So one thing we are really proud of is that all of our programs, Kritin, both at undergraduate and graduate levels, are PGWP eligible. Right? That is a big deal, especially given some of the recent changes. Now, the good news is, as it stands right now, there's no specific field of study requirement for both bachelor's or the master's degree programs from the universities, so students can still count on their post-graduation work pathway. But beyond that, what's really exciting is how we have designed our programs. We are not just thinking about today's job market. In fact, as a forward-looking university, we are looking ahead. We want to make sure our students are ready for the careers of tomorrow. And to do that, we have built our programs that are flexible and interdisciplinary. It's actually one of the advantages of being a newer institution. We are not tied down by legacy systems. So, we have been able to bake that adaptability right into how we operate. In fact, as David mentioned, we also work super closely with industry partners to keep our curriculum aligned with what's happening out there in the real world, whether it's tech, healthcare, business, you name it. Now, the kind of collaboration helps us stay ahead of the curve and ensures our graduates are ready to hit the ground running wherever they go next.
I totally get it, Ravi. David, Niagara Falls has been a great destination for tourism. But what makes it a great place to study and live?
So I've been lucky enough to work at 5 universities in 4 different countries around the world through my career. And I can honestly say I've never worked at a university in a better location than Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is just iconic. You say Niagara Falls to anyone around the world and they all know where you're talking about and where it is. It's a truly unique and really great place to live, surrounded by beautiful countryside. And as a city itself, it's got that blend of what I was saying, natural beauty, growing cultural diversity. We have the indigenous culture around us, and it also has community warmth. The community has embraced and is incredibly supportive of the university and what we're trying to achieve, and has truly welcomed our students into their community as well. So on the one hand, there's the busy tourist district, which is down by the falls with lots of entertainment, dining options, lots of things happening in the evenings. There is a fantastic performance space, so we get concerts on the international stage. There's a reason it's the #1 tourist destination in Canada. Millions and millions of visitors from all over the world coming each year to visit this location. But the city itself is actually surprisingly small. It's not large. Those who live here get the best of both worlds. It's incredibly safe as a city here in Canada as well. So you get access to the dining, to the entertainment, the shopping opportunities that being a tourist provides, but also the close-knit community feel of this small city that goes along with being in a welcoming and supportive community. And the cost of living here is more manageable than in larger urban centres across Canada and across the world. So our prime location in southern Ontario makes us easy to get to. And I can't overemphasize that enough. Unlike other similar universities of our size, Niagara Falls, we're not remote. You can get into downtown Toronto in well under 2 hours. Hamilton you can get to in an hour. We're close to 3 international airports, and we have easy access to 4 land crossings into the United States of America. Our downtown campus is just a block away from the train and the bus stations that provide easy connections to the rest of Canada, but to the United States as well. In fact, from my office on campus, I can see the United States of America. It's a 5-minute trip into the United States. And the best part of Niagara Falls is that it's a growing city. It's embraced the university. It's working with us to truly become a student destination on the global stage. And so it will only continue to get better.
I think I totally agree with you on this, David. And the view is so mesmerizing. It's an amazing view over there near the falls. But many international students are concerned about the housing shortages in Canada. Does UNF help students to find safe and affordable off-campus housing?
Kritin, great question. And we take that very, very seriously. Housing is an issue, not just here, but all over the world, if you watch the news. But yes, housing is a real and pressing concern for students across the country. And we take our role as a university and as a learning destination in addressing that very, very seriously. So at the University of Niagara Falls, Canada, we've taken a proactive approach to helping students find safe, affordable off-campus housing. Our dedicated housing service team provides one-on-one advising, helping students navigate lease agreements, understand tenants' rights, and avoid scams. We're also working with local partners to expand the pool of student-friendly housing options available to them. So whether students are looking for homestay accommodations, roommates, or private accommodation, the community organizations we've partnered with can help them find something that suits their needs. UNF also manages its own off-campus residence, offering single and double occupancy furnished suites. The residence itself offers students a safe and secure place to live and the opportunity to become part of a community of students. I visit the student residence on a regular basis, and they're having barbecues and they're getting together into social spaces. They're working in the student lounge on assignments and so on and so forth, and truly making meaningful friendships that are going to last an absolute lifetime. We offer regular programming in the residence and make sure that there are activities happening for students to really help build a sense of community and create social connections. So as an institution, we're always looking to build relationships and advocate for student needs in the broader housing conversation. Ultimately, we believe that having a safe, stable place to live is foundational to student success.
While researching for this episode, we came across some data. A recent report from the Niagara Workforce Planning Board suggests that jobs are increasing in retail, hospitality, and the food sector. Does UNF help students to find part-time or co-op jobs? And are there any on-campus jobs available for the students?
Again, great question, Kritin. I suppose, firstly, just to re-emphasize what I said earlier, all of our programs are aligned with labor shortages, skills needs in the region and the country. So our students are learning things that are attractive and in demand. And so we do actually have employers approaching us, asking us about our students and the skills and knowledge they already have, which is absolutely fantastic, exactly where we want to be. But we're also committed to helping students gain meaningful work experience during their studies, and that includes part-time jobs, as you stated.
Yeah.
So we have a full-time career services team that are there to help students have access to a dedicated job board where both on-campus departments and local community employers regularly post part-time opportunities. It's a centralized, easy-to-use platform that's tailored to student needs. We also offer a volunteer board, which is a great way for students to gain experience, build networks and relationships right away, and contribute to the community. In fact, in the last term, our students contributed well over 2,000 volunteer hours to the local community as well. So even if they're not seeking paid work right away, many of these volunteer opportunities lead to valuable references and job opportunities down the line. Beyond listing themselves, our career services team provides support with resumes, interview preparation, and career planning. Students aren't just finding jobs while studying, they're developing the skills and confidence to succeed in finding those jobs when they graduate as well. It's all part of our broader mission to help students connect their education and learning to real-world experience. Our international student advising team also helps international students navigate what they are and aren't allowed to do with their work permits and study permits, helping them to keep on top of changing legislation and how it might impact them.
But see, David, there's another concern here. According to a 2024 Reuters report, hate crimes against visible minorities, especially South Asians, in Canada have been doubled since 2019. What steps is UNF taking to ensure that the Indian students are safe, to make them feel supported both on and off campus?
Yeah, Kritin, that's a very serious issue, and one we take very seriously indeed. The safety and well-being of our students, all our students, but especially those from visible minority communities, including our Indian students, is a top priority. In fact, it's probably our number one priority. On campus, we've taken concrete steps to create an environment where everyone feels safe, respected, and seen. One of the key strengths of a university is diversity. We live on a very small planet, and we attract international students from many countries. We have over 60 countries represented here on campus right now. And with them, they bring that enrichment into the learning experience for all of our students. So, that for us is a key strength of being a university, bringing students from diverse backgrounds. But we need to make sure that they feel safe and they feel comfortable. So UNF has taken steps to ensure that that is the case. We have increased our campus security presence in a supportive community-based model, and we have accessible pathways for reporting and responding to incidents of discrimination or harassment if they happen in our local community. Beyond campus, we work with community partners to ensure our students are supported in the wider community as well, and we maintain open lines of communication with our students, our clubs, our societies, and so on, so we can listen, respond, and take action when concerns arise. I meet with students on a regular basis through our student council, and one of the key things I'm always asking them is whether they feel safe and secure in the local community. And I'm pleased to say that right now the answer has always been yes. Very, very supported, and they do feel safe. Just as importantly, we foster spaces for belonging. So that also means that we offer cultural events, peer mentorship programs, opportunities for students to connect with others who share their experiences and backgrounds, and also with allies who are committed to inclusion and equity as well. Our campus is, as I said before, very diverse, and that includes staff and faculty as well as students. Significant chunk of our faculty and professors are international, and we're international students in their own right. I myself was an international student. So we know, and when international students come to us and come to our university, we understand the experience, we understand what they're feeling, and we understand what they're going through. And so we're in a position, and probably quite a unique position, to be able to help and support them as well. So our message to our Indian students is absolutely clear. You're welcome here. We love to see you here on campus. You are valued, and we stand with you.
Well, that's a big relief, David. Ravi, speaking of affordability, studying abroad is a dream, but it's also a big investment. What scholarships and financial aid options does your university offer? I am asking for international students, particularly and obviously those from India.
Let's be honest, Kritin. Education is a big investment, but it's also one of the most important ones a student can make. And we totally get that. And that's why we have put a real focus on offering entrance awards and scholarships to help make things a bit more affordable for students choosing the University of Niagara Falls, Canada. In fact, the Office of Registrar has committed over 15 million Canadian dollars in scholarships, awards, and other financial support for both undergraduate and graduate students joining us in 2025. So there's a real support available. It's not just symbolic. Now, for Indian applicants specifically, one of the key opportunities is our Academic Achievement Entrance Award. The amount awarded varies depending on the student's GPA or percentage score at the time of application, so strong academic performance really does pay off. And it doesn't stop there. Once students are on campus, they have chances to qualify for additional scholarships based on how they perform academically. Now, we have got things like Academic Merit List and President's Academic Distinction List to recognize and reward that hard work. So we are doing everything we can, not just to open the door, but also to support students every step of the way once they are here.
I think that's a great approach, and I'm sure that international students, specifically Indian students, will be so happy after hearing all of this. Thank you so much, David and Ravi. This was an insightful discussion with both of you. Before we wrap up, could you tell us how potential students can connect with you if they have any more questions?
Sure. Probably the easiest way would be firstly to visit our website, and that's unfc.ca, www.unfc.ca. There are lots of frequently asked questions on there for students, and it also identifies a number of different avenues that students can actually reach out to us. Or they can alternatively send an email to inquiry@unfc.ca, and our advising team will be back to them very, very quickly.
Awesome. Thanks again, David and Ravi. Well, now I would like to address you, my audience. Guys, if you find this episode helpful, share it with your friends who are planning to go to Canada. Come back to the Indian Scholar for more expert insights. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me at Kritin Sawhney org. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep planning, and keep aiming high.